2022 was regarded the hottest year in South Asia, but the record is shattering with each passing year. It was so scorching in India that year that it broke a 122-year record. But then came summer 2023, which scientists claimed was the warmest summer in the Northern Hemisphere in the last 2,000 years. But then we get to the year 2024. January 2024 was the warmest January ever recorded. February 2024 was the hottest February ever recorded. March 2024 was the hottest March ever recorded. April 2024 was hottest month ever recorded. The blazing heat we're experiencing today is not typical, and we're not alone in this. Last month, South India and Southeast Asia experienced record-breaking heat waves. The temperatures in Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia and Indonesia were quite high. In the Philippines, the heat index surpassed 53 degrees C. In Uttarakhand, there were forest fires. Global warming and climate change are the primary causes of all this. But are these the only reasons? In this video, we will learn about the two other causes of these extreme summers. We would like to welcome you to Infomish. Subscribe our channel for more amazing content. First, we must recognize that such catastrophic weather phenomena occur not only in India and Southeast Asia, but around the world. In South America, at least 83 people have perished as a result of heavy rainfall in southern Brazil, with over 100 still missing. Floods have displaced 123,000 individuals. Entire cities were submerged. What's happening in South Africa? The southern African region is experiencing severe drought, leaving many people unable to meet their basic necessities such as food. The last time they experienced this type of drought was 1947. So these are not ordinary conditions. All of this destruction is the result of a single meteorological event. It is regarded as the most significant reason. El Nino? It is a natural cycle of Earth's climate that occurs every 5-7 years. However, climate change is leading to increasing extreme weather conditions. The full name of this cycle is the El Nino Southern Oscillation. Simply put, it is known as ENSO. According to the World Health Organization, this is the second leading driver of climate change on Earth. And first and foremost is the link between the Earth and the Sun, specifically the Earth's movement around the Sun, which causes the seasons to change. After that, El Nino has the second largest impact. What is El Nino? It's something you can see in the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the world's largest and deepest ocean, located between Asia and the Americas. Winds blow across the Pacific Ocean, moving from east to west. These winds are known as trade winds, and they typically migrate from the Americas toward Asia and Australia, because it depends on the Earth's rotation. As a result, the water on the Pacific Ocean's surface typically begins to move westward towards Australia, and water rises from the depths of the sea to the surface. This is known as upwelling. The water that comes from the depths of the ocean is significantly colder and richer in nutrients. So in this typical scenario, the hot water travels to Australia while the cold water gets to South America. When water is heated, it evaporates more readily. Because of the evaporation, clouds form and more rain falls near Australia. But the trade winds have diminished. The winds are not as fierce over the Pacific Ocean. What will come of this? The upwelling will be weak, nearly non-existent. The hot water on the surface will continue to be hot. The clouds that were expected to bring rain to Australia can rain anywhere in the Pacific Ocean. As a result, the Australia region will experience extreme drought. During the El Nino, the weather patterns of the world change. In Australia and Southeast Asia, it causes higher temperatures and drier weather conditions. The wildfires that took place in Australia in 2020 were caused by this El Nino. El Nino has the opposite effect in South America as it has in Asia and Australia. That is, it rains more there. This is why today we see many devastating floods in Brazil. In addition to El Nino, there is the opposite phenomena known as La Niña. What exactly does this mean? The trade winds blowing towards the west begin to move strongly in that direction. La Niña causes cooler water to flow to South America and hotter water to flow towards Australia, resulting in increased rainfall and higher risks of floods. They last for 1 to 4 years. El Nino is a major contributor to the warmer summers of 2023-2024. The meteorological department declares a heat wave when the temperature rises beyond 45 degrees C. Temperature isn't a particularly useful measure. Humidity is the more critical component. Humidity represents the amount of moisture in the air at a given temperature. At 100% relative humidity, air is saturated and unable to hold more moisture. Hotter air has a higher capacity to retain moisture compared to cold air. Increased humidity slows down the evaporation of sweat, which is essential for cooling the body. In extremely hot and humid conditions, the body's ability to cool itself through sweating is compromised, posing a risk to health. The heat index, for example, takes into account both temperature and humidity. On our phone's weather app, we observed that the temperature may be listed as 31 degrees C with the phrase "feels like 37 degrees C" beside it. This feels like indication is calculated using the heat index. The hottest month often is June, when the rainy season begins and humidity rises. Aside from this, there is another consequence that amplifies the impact of heat waves on a local scale, an effect whose solution is substantially simpler than all other effects. The urban heat island effect. Some portions of a city are hotter while others are cooler. You must have also noticed this. The temperature is generally more comfortable in regions with more trees, such as parks or other places, and locations with only large concrete buildings, tall glass skyscrapers, 8-lane highways and asphalt-covered ground are significantly hotter. These areas are known as urban heat islands, and there is a very simple reason for this. Glass, concrete and asphalt on highways all absorb heat. They absorb sunlight. When a city is coated in concrete, there is no effective ventilation or airflow, so heat is absorbed throughout the day. The air does not move much, and at night the absorbed heat is released back into the atmosphere. According to a study, regions with concrete are 7 degrees C to 8 degrees C hotter than those with trees. It makes such a big difference. This highlights the value of trees. We must fix the issue as quickly as possible, because these heat waves will become more harmful and impactful in the near future. Many locations will experience heat waves for 220 to 250 days per year by 2050. Hope you would have liked our video, share and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.